Salt water leaves a white residue on dark cardstock. In the depths of the ocean, underwater societies use salt water to write on special paper, potentially leaving a glow-in-the-dark or magical message behind. These messages can be brought to the surface and revealed under sunlight. This way, underwater dwellers can share information and communicate with those on land, despite living in different worlds. The question then would be, how do those on land communicate with those underwater? When a laser light shines through water, it travels in a straight line. Oil is less dense than water, so the laser light behaves similarly. However, oil can refract or change the direction of the laser light due to its different density. In salt water, the particles scatter the laser light, causing it to bend or change direction slightly. This scattering effect occurs because salt particles disrupt the path of the laser light as it passes through the water. Imagine an underwater society using light for long-distance communication or as a warning system. Varying layers of liquids could direct certain light communications to different locations. Water normally changes from a liquid to a solid as it is cooled to the point of freezing. However, if the water is pure enough and if it is cooled slowly enough, the water can stay liquid even when it is colder than 0 degrees Celsius. Supercooled water does not turn into ice because it is too pure for ice crystals to form. Ice crystals require something on which to grow in order to form. Crystals can grow on specks of dust, impurities in the water, or on ice itself. Societies that live in the extreme cold can use this principle as a form of building structures when needed. This might include custom tools to drill into ice to reach supercooled water, special siphons to pull water from the source, and a method in which to pour the water onto surfaces to produce desired shapes. Supercooled water could also be used as a long-term food storage for your societies in frozen regions. When you put an object in a liquid, whether it sinks or floats depends on the density of the object compared to the density of the liquid. Imagine an underwater society with closets or cabinets that hold layers of different liquids with varying densities. Each item stored floats or sinks to their designated spot within the closet or shelf, regardless where it is placed. Instant storage organization. When specific sound frequencies reach water, they cause the water molecules to vibrate. These vibrations create patterns on the surface of the water, causing it to move and change shape. Depending on the frequency of the sound, the water can form different patterns like ripples, waves, or even intricate shapes. Imagine an underwater society that uses sound to create openings or doorways in and out of rooms, using constant frequencies to shape structures or to quickly create a warning message to an entire city. For something less dire, consider individuals that can use this to change the pattern of their walls, floors, or ceilings on a whim. Tonic water contains a compound called quinine, which is fluorescent. When ultraviolet or UV light shines on quinine in tonic water, it absorbs the light energy, causing the quinine molecules to become excited and release energy in the form of visible blue light. When salt is added to the water, the salt particles interfere with the quinine's ability to absorb and emit light. Underwater societies could use this as a form of mobile bioluminescence, or just as we do for fun glowing cocktails. Food coloring added to oil does not mix. Once you add the food coloring and oil to water, the food-colored droplets start to drop down since they are heavier than the oil. Once they drop into the water, they start to dissolve and look like tiny explosions or fireworks. Give your underwater societies interesting visuals like colored oil in water to create amazing displays for holidays. Underwater societies need a way to celebrate too. One thing the ocean has plenty of that those on land may not have is salt. Imagine water-dwelling societies with massive farms, creating salt as a form of economy and trade with land-dwelling societies. Mixing a hydrophobic substance like certain chemicals or coatings with water creates hydrophobic water. This mixture alters the properties of the water, making it repel water instead of attracting it. The end product is water that behaves abnormally. Instead of spreading out and wetting surfaces, hydrophobic water forms beads or slides off surfaces without wetting them. Underwater societies might require a method to isolate or quarantine an individual, either for illness, mental health concerns, or as a preventative measure. Individuals can be separated out with hydrophobic water to protect the individual or the community from harm. I want to know how you're going to use these ideas in your world. Oh, yeah, and YouTube wants you to watch this video next.